Hey everyone, it's Mari. Kelly and I have another challenge this week, and our challenge is to do another layout with the London kit from Felicity Jane. But this time, what we're going to do with that Felicity Jane kit is use the inspiration that would come from each other's layouts from our last challenge. And so, what I am going to do is pick a couple of things from Kelly's layout to inspire me for my layout today. So I'm going to be using a photograph of my mom and I. That is what Kelly did for her last layout for our challenge 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to choose that floral piece as well in the corner of my photograph, which is another thing that Kelly did with her layout. And that was just from the cut apart sheet from the London kit. And I'm also going to word process my journaling. That was another thing that Kelly did. She typed her journaling. And I'm also going to use a doily and a tag behind my photograph. So those are all things that Kelly did with her layout. And I guess I chose more than a couple of things from her layout to inspire me for my layout this week using the London kit. Now you can see that it's starting to look like I'm going to use a monochromatic color scheme with some black, but I ended up changing that up and I add a little bit of aqua to the color scheme of the layout as well. So I've just taken a piece of that straight pattern paper from the kit, and I'm going to use that, as you can see, for my base. And I'm going to create some layers at the bottom of the layout just to create kind of some horizontal lines across the bottom. And I'm just doing that with a few strips of paper from the kit. So you can see I've just trimmed a piece of that scallop paper at the bottom there. And now I'm just kind of trying to decide what else I want to do. So I decided that I want to use this piece of pink cardstock for the spot where my journaling is going to go. And then I decided that I wanted to take one of the stamps from the stamp set from the kit and put a little title for my journaling there. So then I decided that I wanted to incorporate a little bit of gold on this layout. And so what I'm going to do is just use my Misty here to get the title of my journaling on there with that stamp that says "One Day at a Time." And I've just stamped that with some Versamark ink. Now I'm going to take some tonic, embossing powder, some tonic embossing powder in gold, and I'm going to emboss that Versamark stamping there. So it's going to say "One Day at a Time" as the title for the journaling there. And I actually am going to show you here how I just measured off my journaling space and what I did on my computer to get my journaling down on my cardstock. So I'm just kind of sorting out where I want everything to be so far on my layout. And now I'm just going to go back down to that bottom area again. I'm going to just cut a couple more strips of pattern paper from the kit. I use a piece of that aqua and a piece of diagonal straight paper. And I'm just going to take my notebook punch here and I'm going to create a little more texture with that strip at the bottom. And just going to finish that up off camera over to the side there, just so that I can keep those little pieces of paper that get clipped out over to the side. And I'm just going to put those down and see how I want those to be layered at the bottom there. Just taking a look at some other pattern paper from the kit to see what else I might do. And I decide that I want this polka dot blue paper behind my journaling cardstock there, just to bring a little bit of that blue into the layout. I'm just going to use my cutter here to cut that nice and straight, or at least that's the plan. I think it works out this time anyways. So I'm just going to trim that up so that it's just got just a little tiny bit of a border around the edge, just for a little wee bit of that blue accent on that pink cardstock. So I'm really liking how this is looking so far. I'm just going to take this little black circle from the cut apart, and I'm going to use that as a base for one of those little acetate stickers. And I'm going to put that, there's a little bit of an accent piece. I'm going to put a few more little layers on that little area there too, just to add a little more detail. So I just took my circle punch, made a bigger circle for behind that smaller black circle, and just taking a few other little bits and pieces just to see what I like the looks of. And just kind of thinking about it and just looking to see what else I might want. That word today is from the cut apart sheet from the London kit as well. And I am going to use that as my title there. And you can see over on the left side there where the photo is that I have placed one of those tags from the cut apart sheet behind the photograph. And it's just the one that has the horizontal black lines that was in the kit. And just kind of looking at some other papers. I'm not 100% satisfied with the layers for this journaling area. So I take a piece of paper that was from, I want to say this is maybe from the November kit. And I just decided I wanted to use this kind of neutral paper with the little crosses on it behind the journaling area there as well. Now I'm just taking a look at this and I'm thinking, oh, I don't know, it needs something else. So I decided that I would take another piece of pattern paper. This is not from London. This is also from the November kit. So I am cheating a little bit, but the neutral paper that was in this specific kit was, I believe it was on the back of that pink paper. So the straight paper that I'm using here, the other side of it is white with a gray polka dot. So that would be a neutral. So obviously I couldn't back this with that paper. So I decided to use this heart paper, and I decided that I would leave the border, that heart border, on the three sides, and then I would just put the bottom of the straight paper just flush with the bottom of that heart paper, because I want my horizontal paper layer strips at the bottom there to go right to the bottom of the layout. So now I'm just going to get this stuck down. I can start adhering all of my different parts to the layout. I'm going to take this strip and add it to the bottom. Just get all of those layers stuck together with my adhesive here. I really love this picture of Mom and I can't remember exactly when it was taken, but I just like how we both have the same hoodie on, and my brother had given us those hoodies, and I guess we just decided to pose for a picture, which is great because I actually don't have that many pictures of her and I. It's kind of sad, but I do really like this picture of us, so I thought that this would be perfect, and I printed it in a square. I think it's 3x3, and obviously in black and white. So the hoodies are red and white, obviously they say Canada on them. And so I just decided that I would print this in black and white just because it goes well with the color scheme here. So I just took a chunk of that washi in the black and white polka dot, and that's just a little bit of accent of black at the bottom. Now I'm just measuring off with my ruler in centimeters here just to show you that I wanted to print my journaling in those dimensions. So when I go to my to Microsoft Word, what I do is I just take and I create a text box in those same dimensions, and I print the text box without a border, and then I just cut that out, and then I have my journaling in a box. So you guys probably know how to do that already. I don't think I'm telling you anything new there, but I'm just showing you how I did that and the process that I went through. I'm just taking a couple of little pieces that I was going to use for another layout, which I have over to the side of my table, to see if it might look good on this layout, but I decided not to use that piece. Now I just went into my stash and took this piece of vellum with the gold foil hearts on it because I just wanted to bring the gold into the layers of that photograph. So I'm just going to cut this. So I did sheet a little bit on this layout, and I went outside the London kit slightly just to bring in those gold accents. So I'm going to just layer that there, and then in a little bit here I'm going to put a little bit of gold thread in the top of that tag in the photo mat layers. And I also decided that I wanted to take and fussy cut some of these little gold hearts out of that foil just to create another little bit of interest on the layout. and bring some more of that gold in. And so I'm going to cut out about 5 of these hearts. I don't show that all on camera. And I'm going to just put them in a strip there. Now I decided I wanted to bring a little bit of that blue into the photo layer as well, just to bring it over to that side. So I'm going to just take and back my photograph just with a tiny, tiny little border of that blue paper. And then I'll mount that onto the heart paper. And then that'll be all the layers for the photo mat. So pretty simple. I was really super tempted to color in that black and white flower, but then I thought, no, I'm not going to do it, because if I don't like it, you can't undo that. So I decided just to leave it, and I like it. I love that anyways. Just that black and white on there looks really great. Okay, guys, that's it for my layout today. I like the journaling on here. It's a bit of an ode to my mama, bless her heart. She's been gone for 6 years, and we miss her. Okay, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Check out Kelly's video as well. I'll leave the link down below. Bye-bye.